When you're going into each weekday or work week, you want to be prepared physically. That way you can last the entire duration of the work week or work day, depending on how your job is set up. If you travel a lot or if you go home every day, you can prepare your meals. The name of this game is to be prepared as possible. So I have a diagram here to kind of describe when you're winning at your health and when you're losing at your health. I developed this because when I was at my job that I'm now working at, and I'm now working about 65 hours a week on top of what I'm doing at the gym, the very first day was so physically grueling and I was so underprepared that my body at the end of the day was like shaking as I was moving different boxes around. And there's no reason for that to happen if I was on the winning side as opposed to the losing side. What I learned from that experience is that I needed more sodium from various chippy stuff, and also need more water and fruit as well. So to being on the winning side of the spectrum, you want to be prepared. So being prepared means that, like, if you have a job that you know you're not going to be home for 8 hours, you don't plan to eat out. You prepare food the night before, pack your lunches, know the calories relative to your fitness goals, and then you eat accordingly relative to those calories. You definitely eat breakfast. That way you're not hungry. If you have an office job, if you eat breakfast, you won't be hungry until probably noon because you're not physically working out and moving all the time. And then you can also have those meals throughout the week. So if you don't work Sunday, you can just do five meals, lunch 5 days a week, and then you can always bring those the next day. That way you're not cooking every single evening and you only have one time to do dishes. So you have to keep all these things in mind, whatever is useful to you and whatever works for you. That way you're prepared going into the next day. So the next thing I'd like to say to be on the winning side of the spectrum is being hydrated. And obviously I'm staying on the positive side because you can kind of intuitively figure out that, okay, if winning is being prepared, losing is being not prepared. So just keep that in mind as well. So if you're hydrated, losing is not being hydrated, not getting enough water. Being hydrated properly, let me fix my D there, basically means you're at minimum having half your body weight in ounces. So I'm about 227 as of this morning. Half my body weight in ounces will be 113. So whatever that looks like, that's about, I don't know, maybe 6 of these minimum. That's like not even working out. That means I'm going to be properly nourished, going to have energy throughout the day. I'm not going to be hungry all day because when you're dehydrated, you typically want more food. So staying hydrated keeps you on the winning side of the spectrum, especially if you do a construction job, a warehouse job where you're just constantly moving things all day. So you're getting like low intensity workout and sometimes high intensity workout depending on what you do all day. So being hydrated is extremely important. The next thing I have is stretching. So to stay on the winning side of the spectrum, you want to stretch every day. Now this could be something every time you think is necessary relative to your job. It could be something as simple as doing this if your arms hurt, or if you sit down a lot, just maybe you do this, get a couple of pops here and there. Because if you're someone who sits down a lot at your office job, that is so bad long term for your lower back. And you probably feel it every day that your lower back hurts, and it's because your core is not engaged. You're actually better off standing all day and having a standing desk. That way your core is engaged throughout the day as opposed to a sitting job. That's one of the reasons why truck drivers and different driving jobs have low back problems, and it's because sometimes they drive like 6 hours without stopping, and you need frequent breaks when you do those type of jobs. That way you can have your core engaged and you don't have any low back problems later on. So stretching here and there, just getting up, moving around, staying limber, because you're, as the saying goes, a body in motion stays in motion. So staying moving and lubricated will be good for your body overall. You'll feel better, and you'll be on the winning side of the spectrum. Last but not least, which is kind of obvious, is eating healthy. So being on the winning side of the spectrum, I'll give you 2 examples of what you could do as far as this is concerned. If you're eating healthy, and this is relative to your goals. I'm not giving you specific foods, but for me, a good day would be having maybe 2 sodium-based meals to where I can replenish the sweat from my exhausting job, and then also having 4 packages of fruit. That way I can be full on low calories. That's a winning day. That way I can last all day and get enough calories to get me all the way to the end of the day and not feel like completely exhausted with a headache, like I did the first day that I mentioned, where I said my body was shaking from the first time when I was unprepared and I was on the losing side. Ever since then, since I've had enough food, I have been prepared. So eating healthy for you, that may be bringing a salad to lunch and maybe having a fruit smoothie at breakfast, things of that nature. So being prepared as far as this concern is you want to pack your food. You don't want to be on the losing side where you're always going to fast food restaurants or restaurants in general or always eating out. You want to be ready. First of all, it will save you on your wallet if you prepare foods the night before or the week before or a week in advance, however you want to do it. And you also will feel infinitely better because if you go to like a fast food restaurant and get a big burger, you're going to be lethargic the rest of the day from all the excess calories associated with eating fast food. So you want to be ready for the day so you can be effective all day. And if you have children, you don't want to be tired in the evening when you see them. You want to be ready to like have fun and do whatever it is fun for your kids, as an example. So that's pretty much it, guys. Stay on the winning side of the spectrum and not the losing side is the bottom line. So be prepared, stay hydrated. If you have a sitting job or if you move around a lot, do some stretching here and there. That way your body is not too tight. And also eating healthy will help you have energy all day, every single day to do what you want to do. Thanks for watching, guys. You have a good one. Peace.